Hi everyone, it's me again. If you hadn't known me yet, my name is Shini and I'm a first year medical student from Monash University, Malaysia. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you guys my application pathway to Hong Kong University and also the relevant documents that they require in order to submit the application. Actually, I was thinking of recording this video earlier in this year, but then I just want to confirm my final status for the courses that I've applied to before sharing the application pathway with you guys. So the final decision of Hong Kong U is that they declined my offer and it shows that my application is unsuccessful for MBBS, Bachelor of Dental Surgery and also Bachelor of Pharmacy. I forgot in July or August, they put me under the wait list for MBBS and also under consideration for Bachelor of Pharmacy. But then earlier this September, they already updated the application status as unsuccessful. So that's why this video is recorded much later than expected. Alright, so this video will be separated into a few parts. The first part being why did I apply to Hong Kong U. The second part will be the application process. The third part will be the scholarships that I've applied to, and lastly some of my tips and advice for you guys during the application process. So feel free to skip to the part where you're interested in. Okay, now why did I apply to Hong Kong U? So the main reason, right, is because Hong Kong U's MBBS program is very well known throughout the world. And besides that, their Faculty of Medicine, which is the Faculty of Lee Ka-shing Medicine, has a very long history and it is also very well known throughout Hong Kong and also throughout the world. And this is what makes medicine so competitive in Hong Kong U. They only take in a limited amount of international students, and besides that, they only have one intake per year, which is in the September intake. So it is very competitive to even get into the MBBS program, not to mention about the scholarships. Besides that, the Singapore Medical Council also recognizes Hong Kong U's MBBS program. So if medical students graduate from Hong Kong University, they can straight practice in Singapore without having to take any additional tests. Now we'll move on to the application process of Hong Kong U. For the application process, right, I feel like it's the most tedious among all the universities that I have applied to. For example, I applied to NUS, Hong Kong U, and various Australian universities as mentioned in this video. And also I applied to some of the Malaysian private universities. So out of all these universities that I've applied to, I feel like Hong Kong U has the most tedious application process. It requires a lot of documents and it also requires us to prepare a video personal statement of ourselves. It roughly took me around 1 month to prepare all the documents that I require and to cross-check with my school counselor as well. And not to forget that it is during my OSMED times, which is under a very stressful time period with a lot of back-to-back examinations. Okay, now I'll teach you guys step by step on how to apply to Hong Kong U. So firstly, you guys have to create an account for your application. By doing this, you need to go to the website I attach here and also in the description box, and then you can create your own account for the application. Okay, as you can see here, after filling in your details, right, then you log into your account and you will get into this page. They require a number of information like your personal information, your academic profile, your pre-U results, O-level results. And after that, you come to a page where you need to rank your course of choice according to your preferences. So for me, as you can see here, my first choice is MBBS, the second is Dental Surgery, and the third is Bachelor of Pharmacy. So you can put up to 3 choices. Also, some additional documents required by Hong Kong U include your personal statement, your video personal statement, although it's optional, and your CV, your curriculum vitae. And I'll attach my personal statement as a reference for you guys to refer to, but please do not copy the information as I'm sure that you guys might have more things to include in your personal statement and has more things to say. Also, my personal statement just acts as a guide as I didn't actually get into Hong Kong U, right? So it might not be really preferable by the university. I'm not sure whether they don't like my results or they don't like my personal statement, but anyways, it just acts as a guide and I just purely want to help you guys and to give you guys a guideline. So just take it as a reference lah. Now I'll play my video personal statement and watch it with you guys.
Hello, my name is and I was born in Malaysia. My application number is 2024-211-911 and I'm applying for a place to study Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery, MBBS, alternatively Bachelor of Dental Surgery or Bachelor of Pharmacy. The main reason why I want to study medicine is because this career gives me an opportunity to serve people as a doctor. At first, I was quite unsure whether or not to study medicine because being a doctor requires lifelong commitment and also continuous upgrading of skills and knowledge. However, I was inspired through a job shadowing experience with Dr. Lau, an interventional radiologist. Dr. Lau is a very good doctor and he consults his patients with empathy and humility. All his behaviors and his qualities motivated me to be a doctor like him in the future. So through this shadowing experience, I have dismissed all my doubts for medicine and I'm prepared to overcome all the challenges that I might encounter through the learning process. What's more is that I would like to be a specialist in the future, specifically a surgical oncologist. The main reason why I want to be a surgical oncologist is because both my grandfathers, they passed away due to lung cancer and colon cancer respectively. Hence, I hope that in the future I can help my patients to go through the whole recovery process together, and also I could ease their pain through surgical processes. Most importantly, I will also feel a sense of fulfillment and also achievement as I successfully improve the conditions of my patients, and I will be very, very happy for their well-being as well. With this in mind, I could be constantly reminded of my end goal, and I am more than prepared to take on this challenge as a medical student in Hong Kong University. I've developed quite a number of skills, especially through my pre-university course, and the most important skill I've learned is time management. The Australian matriculation course requires students to master 4 to 5 ATA subjects within a span of 9 months, and each of the syllabus of the individual subjects are fairly long, so students will have to manage their time wisely in order to achieve good results. So some of the qualities that OSMED students have is to be self-disciplined, independent, and also consistent in their academic performance so that they can achieve good results. At the same time, I was selected to be a human biology peer mentor by my bio lecturer. So this program is mainly to help students who are struggling academically in human biology, and this program requires me to uphold my duties as a peer mentor and to hold at least one session each week across a span of around 5 months from April 2023 to August 2023. Besides that, I'm also committed to a weekly math tutoring program under Rakan Tutors, which provides free tuition classes for underprivileged students across Malaysia. So similarly, this program also requires me to hold weekly sessions with my tutees across a span of 3 months from October to December 2023. Besides that, I'm also a member of the Sunray Student Volunteers Club, and some of the volunteering events that I have participated include manicures for elderly in old folks home, promoting for Hospice Malaysia in the palliative care they provide for patients with progressive illnesses, playing or entertaining with children with late-stage cancer, and also feeding the homeless people by volunteering in a soup kitchen. So besides the volunteering work, I'm also very active in sports, such as badminton. So I'm having a weekly badminton training programs, training sessions under Sunway Badminton Club. I'm also very interested in music as well, as I'm having weekly piano lessons in order to prep myself for my grade 8 practical piano exam by the end of this year. So all of these commitments requires me to arrange my time according to my priorities so that I can actually balance myself between the academic side and also the extracurricular commitments. So similarly in Hong Kong University, I would actively participate in sports clubs such as badminton club and also a volleyball club to ensure my physical health and social well-being despite my busy schedule in medicine. Language-wise, I'm able to communicate fluently in English, Malay, and also Chinese. Since I was born inside a Cantonese-speaking family, I'm also able to speak moderate Cantonese with my family members. Studying in Hong Kong is one of my biggest dreams ever throughout my high school years, as I was deeply influenced and enthralled by Hong Kong culture and the way of living. Most importantly, Hong Kong University has always been my dream school to study in, as I've had the opportunity to visit the campus itself with my own eyes. I observed that the students in Hong Kong University is very friendly and they promote a very inclusive studying environment, which attracts me to be part of Hong Kong University. Who knows, maybe in the future I could also inspire more students from Malaysia to study in Hong Kong University as well. So this is the end of the video, and I hope that this video gives you a better idea about who I am, and also I'm looking forward to seeing you in person. Thank you so much for your time and attention.
Okay, moving on, we'll go to the scholarship section. So for me, right, actually the hardest part comes from the scholarship because I applied to 2 scholarships, which is known as the HeForShe Impact Champion and also the Belt and Road Scholarship since I'm from Malaysia. So both of these scholarships, right, they require students to submit 2 essays regarding a certain topic, and they have broken down the topics into like bullet points, and you just base your response on the bullet points and organize it into a paragraph form. So for HeForShe, right, I remember the title is like write an essay about your experience being an impact champion. As for Belt and Road, it is like writing short paragraph for some topics as mentioned here. For more details, please refer to the website that I've attached in the description box for more information. Alright, so now I'll show you guys a sample response for my HeForShe Impact Champion essay. So I'll briefly go through it with you guys. The title is How Gender Disparity Affects Your Life. So I mentioned about Emma Watson being an inspiring figure to me. And then I focus a lot on my gender because I'm a female, and then like I just describe how me as a woman could stand out or like fight together with men. Yeah, something like gender equality and like how gender disparity affect the course of my life. Yeah, that's briefly about it. I'll attach the link down at the description box, so feel free to take it as a reference. Also, right, it is very important for you to actually be sincere and write about your real experiences so that you can actually get the examiner to resonate it with you more. And besides that, I also think it's very important for you to discuss the content of the essays with your school counselor, as they might be more experienced in handling this type of essays and how the examiner would look at your response. So for me, right, since I take OSMED in Sunway, so I went to the IOUP office to ask Miss Margaret, which is one of the counselors, to actually help me with my personal statement as well as the scholarship essay. Alright, and then moving on to the Belt and Road Scholarship. So this is also my sample essay. I write about my academic achievements, my contribution to the society institution, my leadership and communication abilities, list down the examples and evidence from your high school or your college life. And lastly, some of the additional questions like interest in integrating into and contributing to the Hong Kong society, and also interest in contributing to the Malaysian society and the Malaysia-Hong Kong people-to-people relationship. So this is roughly about it, and I just want to share with you guys how I approach the questions and also some of the tips that Miss Margaret has given me to improve my personal statement and my essays, my scholarship essays, and so on. Okay, now moving on to the last section, which is some of the tips and advice I would give to those who want to apply to Hong Kong U. So the first most important tips for medicine students, right, is to not miss the first round, to start applying early. So the first round actually closes around the 18th of November. So before that, you must ensure that your application is submitted. Even though you haven't get your final results, for me, I didn't get my final ATA results, but after that, you can upload your final ATA result back into the portal and it will not affect your application. So this is because, right, most of the MBBS students I saw on Reddit or like other platforms, right, they actually get their interview invitation through the first round of application. So most of the people who get into second round or third round, right, there will be lesser slots available for the second round and third round unless you get really good results and you outstand the people in the first round. And the second tip is that you need to invest a lot of time into writing your personal statement, preparing for a video personal statement, writing your scholarship essay, and preparing all supporting documents with support to Hong Kong U. This is because this essay, from what I heard from Miss Margaret, they look very deep into your essay and they will judge your character based on the essay that you have written. And tip number 3 is that if you didn't get your invitation for interview, right, please do not be panicked because you have 2 possibilities for that. The first one is that you are not good enough and Hong Kong U just eliminate you based on your first round result, which I think is my case because my ATA is not high enough and it's not to their standard. Yeah, then they didn't even give me the invitation for interview. And the second possibility is that their quota is full and you got waitlisted. So during this time, you have to come up with a backup plan and to think of other options if Hong Kong U did not give you a spot for MBBS program. You might consider the second option in Hong Kong U or the same course, which is medicine course, in another university. So for me, right, I got waitlisted and I didn't get invitation for interview. So I wrote a letter of appeal to them so that they could reconsider me. But apparently they just said that, oh, it's noted, your supporting document has been accepted or something, and then they didn't reply me since then. And then something to note of, right, is that she actually got the interview invitation, but she didn't manage to attend it due to her personal reasons. She actually had 4 A stars in her A levels, and so perhaps I was guessing that Hong Kong U, they would prefer A levels or IB more, and they would prefer like really high scores, for example like 40 over marks for IB or 4 A stars for A levels. And for OSMED, right, I have a friend, she got into quantitative finance and she got an ATA of 98.1. Yeah, perhaps ATA 98 is the baseline mark for an OSMED student to get into Hong Kong U, but I'm not so sure about that, so please just take this as a reference. Yep, so that marks the end of this video. I hope that this video actually gives you a more concrete insight on how to apply to Hong Kong U and also their procedures, what are the required documents that you need, and also some of the tips and advice that I have given earlier so that you can actually take a step further than anyone else. So thank you so much for watching, and I wish you all the best for your Hong Kong U application and also your applications to other universities and your future endeavors. So if you think this video is actually helpful to you, please click the like button and subscribe for more future content. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!